you hear this lovely voice, you know the TT gangs are here again with another hit. We don't make songs, but we give hits. We don't make songs, but we give hits. Yes, I am Marvel the Crusader. Yes, yeah, that very young, pretty girl. And
wow.
Please, I have to hype myself. I don't do it. Who will do this for me? What's with the face?
I just don't want to attack you again like I normally do, so I just let me keep quiet.
Okay, so Akodiola mi Kwasi, aka Kwasi Bright, is also with me. Say something, Kwasi.
Chupapi Munyanyo.
The one and only child of the prophecy. I am Jay, back on Teen Strength Show. Yeah.
So we have a lost. Should I call him a lost sheep?
Our lost sheep.
No.
Prodigal son.
Prodigal son.
Prodigal son.
Our prodigal son is back.
Okay, back.
Yes. when the world needed him most, he vanished.
And he came back. Hope me tender your apologies, because people that know this program when we started heard your voice, and it's been a very, very long time since you know. It's been a very, very long time since
we had OP.
OP in the studio.
Mm-hmm. That OP vibe was just missing.
OP vibe,
I'm
the
telling
vibe was
you,
not just there.
It wasn't there.
Well, he has apologized to us, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we are forgiving him. Are we forgiving you, Obi?
I hope so.
You hope so? He's back, and we are so glad to have him here with us. So let's just dive right into the topic for discussion today. No time to waste. Last week we were talking about building or destroying a child, how parental destruction to children nowadays. I mean, we talked about the video that was trending where they were saying that parents, their love for them is spoiling them, and they are going to raise a lazy generation instead of an independent generation. So we talked about how experience helps shaping a parental way of parenting, a parent's way of parenting a child. We talked about how a whole lot of things contribute to parenting. Now we are going to be looking at parenting styles. Like, okay, so there are like 4 type of parenting styles.
Can I take this?
Okay, I know you want to.
Yes. So there are 4 parenting styles, but they are grouped into 2 according to Wise Sir IMG. Okay, so there's the strict and then there's the not so strict. So when it comes to strict, we have authoritarian. Authoritarian, and we have permissive. When it comes to strict.
I'm not sure permissive should be under strict.
Okay.
Permissive is under.
Not.
I meant when it comes to having strict rules, there's authoritarian and authoritative.
Yes, authoritative.
Okay. So authoritarian is I make the rules, you follow them, and I do not care what you think because you are my child.
Yes.
I am your sculptor, you are my clay. Do you understand? Parents, please do not be offended. I am just quoting Sir IMG. he's not here right now, so
Not be afraid.
anyways, so it is my way or no way, basically, with authoritarian parents. But authoritative, even though they have strict rules, they actually value what their child, like the thoughts of their child, the emotions and things like that. They always want to hear from their child at specific points in time. So these strict rules usually depend on the child. Authoritarian parents, the rules depend on the parents. That's basically it. Now, then there's permissive and uninvolved. So permissive, these ones, they are like your friends. Your daddy is your friend or your mommy is your friend. We're very close friends. We chat like friends.
Yes.
Like, I wish I could know what that was like. The people are just telling me it's possible, but like friends, like oh my god.
The strict parents, they treat you as offspring.
Yeah.
But then these ones are not so treat you as children.
Like
that's another one.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, my cousin has this kind of relationship with his mom. If you see them conversating, you think, bro, isn't this your mom? You're conversing as if this is your small sister, bro. Like my guy will be using so many slangs. They'll be talking like like casually as if they are mates, that kind of thing. And if he makes decisions, like those decisions, they are like how do I say this? His mom follows his decisions as if he was the head of the house.
But she checks. That's
It's
like a check and balance situation, not like a democratic setting.
Yeah.
Like I have a family friend which their relationship, both the son and the daughter, they are just two.
Yeah.
Like that. If you see this girl when she's conversing with her dad, she's a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she and mommy has a rapport.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think she's the daddy's girl, she's the last born, daddy's girl, the boy is mommy's boy. Like,
Yeah.
you get that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
But if you see them converse, you be like,
Heavens must fall. What am I witnessing? What's in the what's in the British Empire ever living?
Shelley.
Wait, is he telling me that like if I'm like in this unofficial setting,
Yeah.
like my dad's office, I can never call him daddy.
And no, it's just you can never. That's just it.
No, it's the moment we are out of a family setting and we're in work, like let's say I follow him to work now, or in a place where I normally work. If I call him daddy, that's it.
so what do you call him?
Sir, Mr. Conde.
Oh, are you for real?
I'm telling you.
I call my dad chairman.
Yeah, you said we are free.
You're
as I call him chairman, we are bring that chair. Sit down. Simple. If you sit down on that chair, I'm calling him chairman. No, what him sit down for that?
Oh really? I think my mom taught in my own school till she left when I was I think JS2 or JS3. But I call her mommy. I call my own mommy.
I literally call my mom Mrs. No, I do not.
I call my mommy.
You know what we went through. Like this boy, we'll be playing together, and you mistakenly call his mom mommy.
Oh my God! Punishment together.
No, I call my mom mommy, and I feel like it's because it's closing hours. But that's when I see her most times. Closing hours. But aside from even doing school hours, like if I see her, I'm not like Mrs. Okoye for what, mommy. Like I don't know, but I was so free to call her mommy. And
I have this classmate. Let me call him a friend.
Okay.
I used to follow to his house sometimes. So there was this that we were watching anime on his gigantic television.
Okay.
So his mommy asked him and said, God, let me give him a name. Kunle, go and feed the dog, go and wash the plate, and he said, and do this. The boy look at me and like, oh, I don't get time. Let me watch the finish. And I was there. I was like, oh my! That did not happen. Like I would have like, what the hell? What the hell? And mom was like, okay, shall finish what we want to do. I want to get peace. I'm like,
that is permissive. That's permissive.
I was like, I was discombobulated.
But the thing about permissive parents that I love actually is that when they realize their child has this dream, let's say a future ambition that their child is very, strong about, they support that dream. They support it.
Right from the scratch, like from a childhood. Because speaking about it, authoritarian is more like go my way. Then when you are free from my clutches, you can do as you like.
But
That's exactly what my father says.
But then the issue is that once you are free from their clutches, most of the time they don't born you with each other.
Exactly.
That's the issue. They don't still born you with.
Once you're out from their clutches, they still expect you to be submissive to that home training. And if you want to be like a musician and you are from in a family where you are not permitted to be an artist because they believe exactly something like that, they do not make money. Even if you are outside from the claws of your parents, they still do not expect you
to do this.
I think a very perfect example of someone that is a celebrity, I think it's Davido. That did music low key until his father had to go abroad to even drag him back down to Nigeria. That music, and he still did that music, and I feel it's because he had to prove himself to his father. There's some things you, as a child, as a child, you have to, or as a teenager, you have to prove to your parent that okay, this is my dream.
Especially with an authoritarian parent.
Exactly, you have to just be stubborn on it. If not, that dream will just
as you are being stubborn,
Talking about art. My dad said I should study commerce. My mom said I should study law.
What do you want to study?
Engineering.
You said get mind. What do you?
So you are not even between the line at all. So what's the final decision now? Or you're still thinking about it?
My plan is that when I go, like I'm planning to tell my dad I want to go to boarding school.
Okay.
Once I go there,
You choose what you want.
exactly.
Yay!
But then you know that he will keep an eye on you.
You still come for visiting day. You still come for
My
visiting day.
father won't come on. Name not like me.
Like, please don't make your life sadder than mine.
So
Name not like me.
Okay,
Okay.
so we've all talked about this authoritarian, authoritative, and permissive, and the uninvolved. I think the uninvolved one is the one that pains me the most. They do not know anything about their teenager or know anything about their
no,
child.
I don't think it's that they don't know.
They
Like
just don't care.
uninvolved. Thank you. Is that
Okay.
they do not care. It's not that they think that their children are something they shouldn't care about, but like it's usually based on a high an outrageously high level of trust that comes from nowhere. Do you understand what I mean by that? Imagine,
Guy, it's not even trust. Not even trust.
bro.
Not like.
Think-
listen,
okay,
listen,
okay.
listen. Like you know all those parents that they have large businesses. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have to manage the business for extended periods of time.
Yep.
So sometimes they won't be able to check on the child
Yeah.
for like 4 months. They
Mm.
leave me in the house. Like some families in Japan,
Yeah.
they send the child to live alone because they have to live abroad.
But I'd like to counter that. Okay, imagine Mr. A has a large business, so he cannot manage his son, A Junior. He needs a way to manage his son, but he cannot be involved. You think he's going to be an uninvolved parent? No, he can still be an authoritative parent. Of course, he cannot be authoritarian because the only way I can think of him being authoritative in the first place is how hiring a guardian, sending his child to live with one of his family members or something,
Which is
or
I
something
think
like
it
that.
will not even be an authoritative. It will be an authoritarian because you just make commands and you expect it to go that way.
That way.
It is
No.
command. Authoritative, you still put his feeling into consideration, but because you do not even have time for your own feeling, talk more of a child's emotion. Let's put it this way: there are some business people that, when it comes to command, especially if they have been there for quite some time, they just expect it to go that way.
That way,
They
exactly.
don't
Well,
expect you to
Marvin,
have emotion.
Marvin.
That's my dad's mentality.
Yeah.
Like my dad says that if I say this, if you disobey, my father literally threatened me once. I didn't pay my school fees.
Oh my God.
Don't use me. Don't use me.
But
The time that when I was misbehaving as a small child, this man threatened me that he would take me to rehabilitation zone.
Yeah, that is this-
rehab.
Rehab.
This man, oh my God.
But which kind of rehab? You have had
No, like he made sure to show me this one, a movie or that kind of thing. That they will take children to this place, they will barely feed them. He make you, if you try to escape, other stuff. He said that's where I will take you. I believed this man, and I comforted myself.
You know, it's your father, so you believe that he gave birth to you and he can do as he likes with you.
Voila.
That's like the fear that is there.
That is there. Yes.
But still,
I fear no man.
I still feel that authoritarian parenting can, like, the way you are looking at it is different from the way it actually is. Let me give you an example. So I have this friend, she's in higher institution now. Back when she was in primary school, her parents used to monitor every single minute of her life. Like every minute of her life was scheduled with holidays and everything.
authoritative.
Exactly.
That's authoritarian. That's authoritarian. Because
That's authoritarian.
she had no she had no choice.
No choice.
But like imagine she'll wake up 2 o'clock to read. She's going back to sleep at 4. She's waking up 6, getting ready, doing all the house chores. Then she'll go to school. She gets to school 7:30. Probably by 4 o'clock when attachment is over, she's coming back home to do more chores, to do her assignments. And by about let's say 6 in the evening, at that time she should be reading. Then after reading, she eats dinner and goes to sleep. And that's every single day. Her holidays are planned. She only gets like maybe, let's say it's Christmas now, everyone is going to be celebrating.
That is that Adolf Hitler parent.
Thank you. She's basically a robot living through a program.
But I know that's the way you see it, but that's actually the reality of authoritarian parents. It's just that some are less strict than the others, but that is the average of it. Let me say that's the focus of the whole thing.
But
You get?
now we are going to look at the advantage and disadvantage of all of these parenting styles. Then we'll not see which one will best suit this Gen Z.
Okay.
Because I remember Poppy said something last week that some children are trained, but they just, when they leave the house, they drop the home training inside doors, being like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I think is a disadvantage of authoritarian.
Exactly.
When they put too many like
Exactly.
It's like trying to fill a full cup.
tend to misbehave.
because they don't have the leisure to expand.
It's not that the child is just used to following instructions. That's the only thing he knows how to do. All the things you teach him, he doesn't learn it. All he learns is to follow those
That is
instructions.
it. Because when you as a child that is going through authoritarian, all you are basically saying is, okay, your parent telling you do this, but you don't understand. Okay, why should I do this?
Exactly.
There are the consequences if I don't do this.
It's like you're like saying it's like reading a book. Some people read to pass. Some people like read to actually know.
It is reading to pass.
Exactly. So when he's outside, where he knows that okay, this is not an exam, this is just lesson notes, he drops it away,
Like
picks up what he knows already. Then when he goes back to the gate, he picks it up, put it back, then go enter the house.
Exactly.
Okay, on that note, let's go on our first break. And when we come back, we're looking at the advantage and disadvantage of these parenting styles, and also open the phone line so that we can get it all rolling. Last week, you used up all our time on this, so yeah. Yes, sir. Welcome back. It's still the T-Stress Show on VOP 90.3 FM. We've been talking about parenting style, the advantages and the disadvantages. Look, I said we are coming to talk about the advantages and disadvantage. But your parenting style can affect everything from your child's self-esteem and physical health to how they relate to others. So it is very important to ensure parenting style is supporting healthy growth and development, because the way you interact with the child and how you discipline them will influence them for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
That's true. Because actually, it's actually because yesterday I was watching a video on. I hear me actually.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I was watching a video on Finland Saga where about this guy that he's basically a mass unaliver.
Okay.
What's a mass unaliver?
A mass unaliver. He unalives people.
Alive. Yeah. Now I've done something that makes you unalive.
No, he commits mass genocide.
Okay, use that word. So, he told us that he had a very terrible child when it comes to his parenting style. Okay. And then the person that was narrating the video, he said that any child,
I know.
yeah, he said that
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, Jeffrey Dahmer call. It's not him. So, I said it has to do with Finland Saga.
Okay.
So, the person in the video said that any child that has to go through a negative child when it comes to their parenting will always see themselves as the one in the right and always have antisocial behavior towards the world.
Normal, because they are just made to follow rules. They do not know. I think the disadvantage of authoritarian is they do not know how to channel their feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
Most of them do not know how to communicate. Have you seen people with communication problem? Teenagers with communication problem.
Yeah.
I've seen a whole lot, and I'm like, don't you talk at all? Like,
I can actually testify to that. Like, for the first, let's say, 9 years of my life, I was a victim of authoritarian parenting. Let's just say that. Like, this dude knows me. I had no friends. Like, starting a conversation with me is the hardest thing to do. I don't know how this dude used to do it.
I actually forced myself into this boy.
So you can see that, and you feel like that some of them, because they do not know how to channel emotion, they start to take on violence. Like, they might just want to tell you sorry for stepping on your shoe, but because they do not know how you will interact, they say it nicely, like, I'm so sorry, like, I didn't mean to step. They just be like, hey, I'm sorry, I should be, I said sorry, and before you know it, it's just stepping on your shoe. I'm sorry, I stepped on your shoe, I turned to bass both. Exchanging face.
No. What you just said, I've actually seen a live example.
Okay.
I went boarding school to write my packet.
Yeah.
And someone stepped on the, like, I think the strongest guy in the set.
Stepped on his toes.
Yes, like his new Crocs.
Oh no! No!
So the girl was not vexing. The girl was not like vexing. It's not those Crocs. It's not those Crocs. Why vex? Why vexing?
Oh my
It was an
God!
all-out brawl.
You said the thing might just
I
be.
joined actually.
The thing might just be the person in question that stepped on this strongest guy in the set, new white Crocs, just wanted to say I'm really sorry, but then you just mentioned this person is the strongest in the set. This is a new white Crocs we are talking about. Okay, so if I say it in this way, it won't take it very. So the next thing is just, now let everybody let's scatter ground.
Yeah.
And if the person in question has just said I am just so sorry, he might not have actually vexed to that extent.
No, and the guy
Yeah,
is
but-
more like a rat.
Okay. Another
Yeah, but I think the benefit of authoritarian parents is also the benefit of authoritative parents is that when the children come out, they will be disciplined as
Wrong.
disciplined as robots.
In majority of
in
cases.
majority of cases, except
That's
if the
majority.
child just choose to be a black sheep.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to counter that. Okay, yeah, I'm not countering it. I'm kind of adding to it. But you know, a child based on just home training, he can't counter. He can't go against his home training just because he wants to.
You can't.
You know, there is going to be a foreign.
A foreign force.
A foreign force that entered him, probably from one spiritual source or the other, that is whispering in his ear that, brother, see, meet your daddy like this, you are not going to wash that car. You are not going to wash that car. You are a man, you are not going to wash that car.
Basically, the serpent to their Eve, abi.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just open the studio light. So sorry, question. And the studio light is 0700
903 903 903. We go again. 0700 903 903 903. Let us know, what do you think? Do you think authoritarian parenting is a bad thing, a bad form of parenting for the Gen Zs?
What's the benefit
Or
of
What do you think is the benefits? What do you think are the demerits of authoritarian parenting?
I'll just say, what is the best style for parenting? Because the permissive and uninvolved is still there.
Oh yeah, that's the
And
next
what type of
question
parenting
actually.
do you
Like,
And what type of parenting
Yeah.
do you? What kind of parenting style does your parents give you? Like, I
what do
mean,
you
Yeah.
want to give to your children?
okay, we're not going too far.
okay. Anyways, Colin, want to hear your views?
Want to hear your view, want to know your view. Okay, so let's move from authoritarian and authoritative. I think we've spent much time on authoritarian and
Yeah.
authoritative. Now moving to permissive parenting. I feel this one have a whole lot of advantage
Oh yeah.
because a teenager will know how to express themselves, whether you are an adult, whether you are a younger person, whether you are an age mate. They
Yeah.
would know how to flow because one, their parents are their friend. Their parents, like my family friend, I give an example of.
Yeah.
Her father is literally her best friend. Like, she tells her father everything, down to boy issues. She tells her father
Wow.
down to boy
Wow.
issues.
My brain died and came back to life. You mean to tell me that she's telling her father about boy issue?
Down, I'm
Father.
telling you, down to dating life, boy issues,
Wow.
school.
Wow.
Like, she tells her father everything.
Everything.
I assure you that man is going to, that her father is on 50 different medications. Because
I think it's the best actually.
Marvelous, you don't know what it means for, like, if you're a
Okay,
man,
we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Hey,
Hello.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, hello, youth in the studio. This is Ibeto calling you from Sulere.
Oh, Hibeto from Sulere. How you doing?
I'm very good there. How is your weekend?
It's going very nice, sir. So, what is your take? What type of parenting do you think fits this generation?
Yes, why I'm calling is because I'm a parent. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir.
So I listen to you, and I that's the reason I have to call, because if I pass my message to you, it's like passing my message to other parents too.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is it. Yes. Knowing fully well that this generation is a computer age generation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And computer is all about communication.
Okay.
if you don't interact with computer, you are out of it. You understand me?
Yes,
so today we have our since the advent of information technology, it has reset the whole world. It has changed the lifestyle, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And that is basically on this generation who are called you are the ones, because our own generation is a different thing entirely. We can't compare our own generation to your own generation because there is a huge gap. So as long as computer is concerned, as long as information technology is concerned, as long as the computer age generation is concerned, honestly, everything has to go through communication. And if you don't apply communication towards your children, believe me, the computer, the information technology will direct them the way they like.
Okay, yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So that's why now, in essence, there is need for that interaction. To my own children, I tell you the honest truth, I interact with.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. And I think he actually got some. How will I put it? I like his point of view, communication.
Yeah.
Because we're in a age where if you don't
communicate to your children, somebody else will communicate
with them. And let's not forget that. Okay, there's something I learned, a word I learned on the net. It's share parent. Parents.
Oh, okay.
There are parents that share a whole lot about their children online. Do you know that there's this kind of parent that they like anything that is going on from their baby's first walk to their baby's medication to everything is on the net. It's on the net. I mean, there's one lady on TikTok that bath her child twice a year.
What?
One is twice a year.
Twice a year?
Okay, we have another call.
Damn.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, my dear youth. Don't mind even to call him back. Don't mind the network. You decided to knock me out of the space.
Oh,
okay.
Come back.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So as I was trying to say, it is this. No, so there is need for that interaction. There is need for you to, so that you will communicate with your children.
Yeah.
They will tell you their mind. You will be able to understand them. They will be able to understand you. Sometimes you call a meeting. My son, what do you talk about? What is your opinion about this? These are because they are human beings. They are to start with. Look.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Iveto, once again.
Yeah, we appreciate your view.
I like his point of view because communication is lacking majorly.
Yeah.
Communication is lacking. I mean, if you cannot tell your daddy, your mommy what you learned new in school, I think that's where the problem comes from. Not being able to sit your children down and ask them, what did you learn in school today? It's not a matter of fact if they are now 14 or 15 or 16 years old, they are in SS1, they are in SS2, and maybe you studied art as a parent and your child is in science class. Like, you can learn chemistry, it's not too late. And you can learn from your child. No, you can learn from your teenager. And if you cannot from there, I think me and my family, like me and my mom most especially, we have this thing. And I think we cultivated this habit most especially when I started working. When I get home, instead of her asking me, how was your day? I'll ask her, how was her day? I'll ask my mom, how was her day? And she will tell me everything that happened in the house. I mean, all the gist I missed, she will tell me. And I'll be telling her all that I also experienced at work. Now, when I was in school, it was just, how was your day? She'll be the one to ask how was my day. I'll tell her, fine. And sometimes I won't tell her how the food is because I'm like, but now I feel like I need that communication with her because I'm getting to an age where I just need to have that bond. So every day I ask her, how's your day? And she gives me total package gist.
Hey.
The communication is there. So now that if I see anything online or if she see anything online, she'll be like, Marvelous, have you heard the new latest? Have you heard what's going on? I hear stories, I hear news stories. Me that I'm a journalist, I hear news stories more from my mom.
Exactly.
Than from the TV or from the radio or from the. I I hear first-hand story
from the mommy's mouth.
You know, just love on Instagram.
Yeah.
I see my mom gets information faster than that guy.
It's ironic that being the most tech conversant guy in the house.
Exactly.
I get tech things from my mommy. I'm like,
You get you see that now there's not a communication bridge between you and your mom because you have found like a stable ground, a common ground. Like, but there are some parents or there are some family members that just lack it.
yeah.
They lack that communication. Yes, go your way, may I go my may I go my way.
Yeah, just treat you as offspring.
Offspring.
You are my offspring.
But anyways, the fact that this parenting style has its benefits, this parenting style has its benefits. I would advise that if you are a parent and you want to change your parenting style, because each one has its benefits and demerits. So I'm assuming that the one you already have is okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, friends. My name is Ken from Namu Odofin.
Okay. I only hear your the location of the film, but your name is what?
Sorry, I said Namu Odofin.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Odofin.
Okay, so what's your take?
Father.
You a father? Wow. Father.
I like this guy.
Okay, so please, what's your take on this? Like, what type of parenting will you give your child? And hello.
I would prefer a parenting that allows friendship. Allows friendship. You know, you lay it on the table. You want to correct a child. You don't go looking for iron and sticks. But you do it interactively. That is my own style.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can permit me, a lot of men prefer to just have a jaw with the children most of the time. Some anyway, not all of them. But a lot of mothers will want to talk for 3 hours for something of 10 minutes. and sometimes it makes the child to lose interest.
Yeah.
It's almost affected me, but I thank God because by the time your child begins to confide in people outside instead of the mother inside, it's dangerous.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Both sides are important, but we have to be careful how we manage it so that we don't lose the essence of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit strict, a little bit soft. Then you get the whole thing done.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
My own take.
Thank you very much. My regards to your children.
Okay.
I'm a father.
I'm a father.
I like him now. I like the caller's opinion. They're like giving us the you have to be strict, but at the same time
You have to be a little soft.
yes, give room for, because we're in age and times where communication
Is key.
and it's being done mostly on the internet.
My favorite quote from what the man said: when you want to discipline your child, do not go and pick stick and iron.
I like that one.
You don't go and pick stick and iron. I'm even added the iron and the iron.
But what's growing up without the stick and iron? If you grow up to become an adult without the stick and iron, then your parents
No.
My mom would say this. My mom would actually say this. She would say that if you grow up without stick and iron, you might end up being put to bed with a bullet.
The thing is that he didn't say without every time without stick. He said it is not every time. So like that's basically authoritative.
Yeah.
I think that's the that should be, according to me, that should be the most efficient for our Gen Z generation. That should be the most efficient, because I'm hearing that authoritative, a little soft, a little strong, a little strict.
And do you know what 2x2 is?
2x2. Woto.
You know that side of wood.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see what I did. I just messed up.
Oh my God.
And she carried a 2x2.
Oh my God.
Despite what I consider to be suffering in life, I can confidently and proudly say that I've never been flogged by a
2x2.
I've never been
God forbid, but
But I think
I'm a chest and I chested everything.
you tested.
But she broke my head.
respect.
Wow.
But I think when it now comes to parenting, now I think from these two callers we're saying a little bit of permissive and a little bit of authoritative. I think it will now depend on that child also. You know, the way the parenting style your mom will use for you, Posi, is different from what she will use for Lamidi.
Yeah.
And it will be different from what she will use for Beju.
It's similar to what she used for.
It's similar, but it's like, but there's a difference.
Yeah, how the strict type of baby.
I want to strict. Can you imagine now? So you see, parenting styles, yes. We will not say that categorically there are different type of authoritative kind of parenting because the stricter version can be for like the boys. I think boys have the stricter version than the girls.
Yes.
For a girl to have a stricter version of authoritative, it means that girl is a tomboy.
The thing is that
Very, very stubborn.
the thing is that the stricter parenting comes from you're like, if you are a son, your stricter parenting comes from your mother. If you're a girl, your stricter parenting comes from your father. That's your father.
Yeah.
That's usually.
Why is it giving that it comes from both directions?
Just the little interaction we had before this morning, he let me know that guy is stubborn boy.
Very stubborn boy. So you have to come. And you cannot deny is that the same way your parenting style for you is different from what they give to you. Maybe your older siblings and your younger siblings.
But then,
my parents have never touched my sister ever.
your sister is a good girl.
She's a good girl.
They have never touched her.
Or she's a bad girl and they don't know.
No, they might know, but they just know that it's not about the stick. It's just about words.
Yeah.
Like, there are some people. My mom will tell some parents, like I said, my mom was a teacher.
Yeah.
So once the child she trained has get to a certain level and the parent is complaining and they are using, she'll be like, Emma, no. She said, they will say yes. Say, this one is not cake.
It's not cake.
Don't be just talk.
It's not cake.
It's not cake. Just sit down and talk to them.
Like you were saying with Derek, my mom's training with the three of us. When we were just about how we used to suffer as children, we used to have just with them.
Yeah.
So they were like, the reason we are different with you is like, when it comes to you, Posi, if we talk small, you move. Before we even talk, she has moved. But you will need to use all pillar and post to move that one. So that's basically.
Yeah.
Your parenting style also depends on your child's temperament.
Yes.
That's what I to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know the way you said that your brother paid you. That's how me and my brother are. My little brother. I won't say we're stubborn.
Okay. But you're stubborn. But you're stubborn.
No, they like to experiment what is in their head. If they've not done it, they will not be satisfied. I think that's what's wrong with Obi. He likes to experiment what is in, even if it's fire and they're telling him, no, don't do it, that's fire.
I'm lit fire.
You've lit.
It's hot. What if it's cold?
What if it's cold? Exactly.
Let me touch it. Hey, it's hot.
That's what's wrong with Obi. Like the thing in his head is just what he wants to carry out. He wants to experiment it. That they're like, don't do it. And if you do it, I'll beat you. I prefer you beat me.
I will do it.
The issue, another thing I found without authoritarian.
Authoritarian.
Which one is the stricter one? I forgot.
They are both equally strict, but authoritarian doesn't involve the child in the training. It's just the parent that is training the child.
Which one is the parent one? That is only parent.
That's only parents. Authoritarian.
Okay. I think the issue with the authoritarian one is that you end up breeding hardened children. Because I had the story of this boy that he used to steal meat from his parents.
Oh my God!
So anyway, what he did was that one night he wanted to take meat from the pot, and he looked back. He said, "What are you doing here?" And he said, "As a normal child, you drop the meat and beg for forgiveness." This boy took the meat, chewed it out, ate it, swallowed it. I was like, "Oh yeah, beat me." Because that's the mindset here that you've caught me already. Why would I put the meat down? Yes, you will. Let me just take the beating.
Like honestly,
if his mom now beats him, there's something is wrong because she's supposed to do that.
she'll be reasoning it.
Exactly, I've actually done that. I've done that. Like
no wonder.
Like
explains a lot.
Like my mom, like we had like pizza in the fridge.
Yeah.
So like my mom said this thing, this thing. That, like she said I should wait until like 12 o'clock to take mine.
Okay.
Like then it was like 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Like she wasn't that she was just walking around the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I did?
What do you do?
I waited for her to enter the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Then
I grabbed the pizza.
Oh yes.
In front of her, I put pepper.
Oh my God.
Blood of Nebuchadnezzar.
Anyways, we're actually talking about this on the network group chat. So one day we were talking about I think it was back then when we were talking about children behaviors and why a child wants to beat or fight with a teacher or something like that. And then the topic arose those styles of punishment and stuff. Then we started talking about caning, and the dude is actually from UK, so he was like, why would anyone want to flog a child thinking that it's going to punish them? And I was like, well, it works. But and then the guy was like, no, it doesn't work, because at this stage in his life, because he grew up like that, he's like, at this stage in his life, if he ever was flogged for something, he wouldn't learn from that flogging. So that, I think that's basically one of the demerits. If you use a parenting style that is based on try, eventually your mana will run out, your chakra will finish, and you are going to have to find another source of chakra. So you need sage chakra, which is being friendly to your children. That's the sage chakra.
We do not understand the chakra and chakra, but before we need to round up fast because we have other segments.
Yeah.
Before we do that, the studio line is still 0700 903 903
903.
We need like 2 more callers before we round up. And you were saying chakra, what's the meaning of that?
The last was completely fine.
Okay.
At one point, they run out of energy.
Okay.
Yes.
Energy. Sometimes some parents are actually run out of energy.
It's in there sometimes.
You know when it comes to energy, they obey Newton's first law of conservation of energy. Matter can neither be created nor destroyed,
but can be converted from one form to another.
So instead of the strength of beating you running out, they will prefer to kick you. So they are converted from the strength of punching you to the strength of
kicking you. And then the strength goes back to the fist.
My mom told me to kneel down.
Oh jeez.
As I just knelt
I
down.
really like Obi stories.
Obi is like the uncle that has expressed help.
Stories my uncle told me.
So it hits me on my stomach.
Yeah.
From here to there, I feel.
Okay.
You feel? Jesus Christ.
I feel.
Okay.
Why did I stop kneeling down?
He didn't even say I feel. He said I feel.
One thing about my mom is that she will never beat you, because if she beats you, you will land in the hospital. And I thought it was a joke until my dad tried it out. He beat my younger sister. Like that night, she landed in the hospital.
You know,
so they don't beat us.
Yeah.
Anything that will make them beat you, just know that you have gone beyond.
So you are saying it also depends on the parents' abilities.
I know, and temperament too.
And temperament.
You know, because your whole story reminds me of this one that my mommy sent me on errand and she slapped my head. I'm like, why do you slap my head? So like, I said it outside, why you slap my head? Dude? Why you slap my head? I was not why you slap my head, and I shouted, rubbish! And I entered the house like this. Baby's already coming downstairs with belts. And as I was entering, baby's coming downstairs with belts. Mommy now busy. I'm like, mommy, you will kill me. She's like, yes, I will kill you. I will take you to the hospital. I will heal you. I will bring you back.
I'm busy. I think I need to rephrase the statement I made at the beginning of the show when I was like they are grouped into two based on, I think each of them has their similarities to each other. Authoritarian and authoritative, they both have strict rules. Authoritative and permissive, they both talk to you. Authoritarian and uninvolved, they both do not take. They might talk to you, but your opinions are not. Your opinions don't have weight.
Okay, so okay. Okay, we have a caller. Sorry. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Calvin. I'm calling from
Kelvin, so what's your take?
I'm calling for motion.
Yes,
okay,
hi, what's your take on the topic we've been discussing?
I think we're just talking about for discipline parents. I have a brother like my other brother.
Yeah.
The thing now, not that I hate him, but the way that he used to beat me right then, when I'm small. The thing was like, I don't know how to do this. So parents are more disciplined in such a way that their children respond to on them. That's my contribution.
I think I get where he's coming from, because he's basically saying that.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Pussy seeds.
What the hell? Okay, so basically he was saying that his brother used to beat him.
Well,
Basically, I think what I was trying to say was that his brother beat him the way their parents were beating the brother. So being an authoritarian, you get okay, an authoritarian parent that is constantly taking the cane and sparing the words, as I like to say, we will end up like creating a mini version of you that they are always feeling, why is it me, so they end up.
Yeah, the aggression has to be passed on to
that's passive aggression, basically.
Exactly, they have to pass on to another person
instead of learning the lesson.
So that's how I was as a child. Anything I do, beating. I don't learn from the beating, so I pass it on to my sister. That's it.
Oh God.
That's it.
Obi, we're about to say something. It's only Obi's take I'm taking, and I'm rounding off this topic because.
You talk about your brothers. My brothers are 4 years old.
Sisters, head bam you.
Your siblings can never compare to what you can't compare what you can't compare
what you are going through to what you have done.
That's what my brothers have done to me.
I know I can't.
How many older siblings do you have?
I have 2 brothers, 1 sister.
One sister. So like
House full of love.
God bless you.
The one that directly older than me is older than me 5 years.
Oh, okay.
My youngest brother is
sorry. You said the one that is
The immediate one
How old are
to you.
I'm turning 13.
So 7.
Oh,
No, he has turned 18 now.
wonderful.
Problemo.
Wonderful.
Wahala.
My other brother is turning 20 this year.
Which one are you closer to?
The 17, the 18-year-old.
The one that's 18. Yes.
Okay, so yes, let's round up the segment because I think we keep on talking and talking. We would listen to Obi stories and we will not stop. And Fossey and IMJ would want to keep on talking. So I really appreciate the callers that have called in and contributed. Your points are valid. Now let's move on to another segment, the news segment. We celebrate our new president. Yes.
Bola Ahmed Asiwaju Tinubu.
Right now, we are now officially a town hall, different from.
Let's not do that. We are not going there, but we congratulate him and we celebrate with him on his new tenure, and we pray evil will not happen the second time.
Another 8 years.
Now,
Oh God of creation, direct our leaders' rights.
Yes, direct our leaders' rights. Moving on, let's talk about the subsidy because I feel like most teenagers do not know the definition of subsidy, and there have been a little, hula value. What subsidy is and what subsidy is not.
Or what the subsidy was about. Okay.
Subsidy is the past payment of the government of a products for the citizens of the country.
Yes.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't use the government because I think if I wanted to. Okay, you can. Okay, continue. I'll let you have it.
And the way I feel that the way they cut off the subsidy for Nigeria's fuel was abrupt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very abrupt, and it was irresponsible. Okay.
Yeah. Well, do you know there could be a reason?
In my opinion, he didn't even spend a day in office. He just came out for announcements.
Subsidy don't go.
Exactly.
But you know that he has been actually in politics for a while, so it's possible he had had intention. So it might have not been an uneducated decision.
Yeah.
IMG. They shall reference the House of Senate President and other representative officials of defense.
You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing art student terms that I don't understand.
I am telling you, Senate President of the Senate Governor of the Senate of the okay.
I think this is how my feels whenever I was spitting science.
Yeah.
So I feel that when we have met all of them, like for different states, you should have cut off something for different states, like some states that have a bountiful amount of money.
Oh yeah.
Do you think
Okay.
he didn't do that? Do you know that he has most governors, especially those from his political party, at his back?
Yeah, it does.
He does. He has their backing. So definitely he has the Senate House too. He has their backing.
I think
Wait, listen.
Okay,
what about
time. There's no time.
What about those states that have flooding?
I think the issue is that we're always assuming the worst. We're always assuming.
Let's just agree to disagree.
Let's agree.
Let's agree to disagree. And we have next week there to talk about
But I
politics.
believe that the main
But not
thing
today.
we should tell them is that don't argue or don't throw curses on people
Based on little or no knowledge.
Yes.
That's what you don't understand. You don't know what subsidy is. Don't argue about
Don't argue about it.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And on spot, we have Saka in
Yeah.
Nigeria.
Saka in Nigeria.
I mean, we need to see people taking shots when he's passing. I saw one guy, he was just like, oh my god, his phone was vibrating, almost falling off from his hand, and I'm like,
That boy
No,
be this.
don't worry.
Yes, now. And in other sports news, 6 days ago, or thereabout, Nigeria lost to Brazil in the Under-20 World Cup by 2-0. Then they transferred their aggression towards Argentina and
they
flogged them with 2-0. So
my
that's pretty much it.
On that note, we've come to the end of the TT Gang Show. We hope to see you next week. Anticipate another lovely topic. And on that note, we say our goodbye.